Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. I'm right now in Makiki, Oahu. My last night here. If you want to find anything about me, go to MySpace or Facebook where I have accounts. I'm also on Twitter. This here is a very important subject or a very serious subject, one that could save maybe hundreds of thousands of lives or not millions or maybe stop World War III. Apparently, since our government doesn't have the intelligence to understand that the war on terror cannot be won through, armed conflict, it can only be slowed down. Um, I thought I'd just go ahead and pitch this, and for what it's worth, the odds are I'll be ignored, but I'll pitch it anyway. And maybe one day, somewhere along the way, somebody in the right position here in America or in the world will hear this video, hear what I have to say, and might realize I may have a point here, and I may know exactly how to stop this war, even though my idea wouldn't stop it immediately. Very simply put, that to stop Osama Bin Laden and his thugs, and these are demon-possessed people for sure, you have to show them up to be the frauds that they are, just like you would do a phony preacher. If I'm sure you've heard of some of these TV evangelists that get in trouble with their, usually when it comes to sex and stealing money from people and living high off the hog. You know how that goes. Well, we find out that they're frauds, that they're hypocrites. That doesn't mean they're not saved. It just means that what they're doing is just purely evil. And when a preacher gets in that kind of a sex scandal, he's pretty much through as far as a minister is concerned. He might be able to come back one day, but not anytime soon. Well, we see them for what they really are. That's how we know a false prophet, right? Well, here's my question. Why are we not doing Osama bin Laden and many of his clerics the same way, or treating them the same way? We have to show them for what they really are. They're just cold-blooded killers, men who hate women, men who hate anything that's not Islamic, men who hate Jews, and they're just using their religion to persecute, to bring terror, to torture, to enslave anybody that they can. And they justify the killing of innocent, the killing of children, maiming children by throwing acid in their face or on their way to school, like they did a few years ago in Afghanistan. A bunch of little girls, boys on their way to school, and one of these idiot Taliban thugs goes by and throws acid in their face, scarring them for life. I don't know how many of them died. And they justify it, and they hide behind their Quran to justify their crimes. Well, nobody in the world is standing up and saying, hey, this is not Islamic. Most of the people of Islam that don't support this are terrified to say anything. Well, it should be no shock to anyone that the only way to stop it is that people all over the world in mass numbers, those who are Islamic and those who are not, and stand up and say, okay, this is enough. This is not Islamic. This is pure murder. And if this religion is a religion of murder and condones the killing of people like you and I'm Baptist, then what's the difference between that and communism or Nazism? They did the same thing. They killed their enemies. Remember the Christian Crusaders. They killed in the name of Jesus sometimes, many times, a lot of times, in fact. Though the Bible doesn't teach you to do that. From Matthew to Revelation, there's nowhere condoned does Jesus ever say, go out and kill in my name, or go out and kill in the name of God. The only way to stop Osama bin Laden and his thugs, you have to show them up for what they really are, just like we have done with Swaggart and others. Now again, I'm not trying to pass judgment of whether Swaggart and them are saved or not. That's not for me to judge. I'm just simply saying, though, that we found them out to be something other than what they claim to be. Thus, they lose their credibility. Thus, they have damaged their standing, and that many things that they preach might not be true. But that doesn't mean the religion itself is false. I don't believe that. I believe it's fine. But I'm just simply saying that to stop Osama bin Laden, you have to show him up for what he really is. And we need to take a hard look, something Obama and even Bush would not do. And that is at the Quran. And we need to start asking these Saudi clerics, these Yemeni clerics, these Kuwaiti clerics, these Iranian clerics, Jordanian clerics, Syrian clerics, all of them, and ask them a very simple question. And do this so the whole world can hear. Do you believe in the killing of infidels? Yes or no? Do you believe that in the Quran that you have a right to kill anyone who is an infidel? Yes or no? And we will see them for what they are. They will have to say yes or they will have to say no. Which is it? Right now in America here, we've got a bunch of idiots up in the White House, and nothing's really changed with this new administration, that are playing games here or just trying to act like, well, no, they're not really the enemy. We have to take this thing head on and face it for what it really is. And we need to ask this question so that the whole world can hear and ask it. Ask these clerics, are we infidels? Do you believe in killing the Jews and all infidels who do not believe as you do? Yes or no? Put them on the spot. Nobody's doing that. And we need to take on these clerics that say, yes, we believe in the Quran, we are going to kill infidels. Well, then that's a war against the West. That's a war against all people who are not Islamic. It's actually a war against people who are Islamic, because they've made it clear they'll kill anybody who gets in their way. Children, women, don't make any difference. They'll sacrifice millions. They'll start World War III if they can, if that's what it takes to get Islamic war. Or get a world that's all Islamic. That's what they believe in. That's what the Iranian clerics believe in. That we need a World War III so that in the end of it, they will come out and talk and the whole world will become Islamic. Hogwash. So they have their World War III, they have their belief in Armageddon, just as we Christians do. Simply put, you cannot end this war with just sending troops to Afghanistan and Iraq. We can only slow it down, we can only stop it, so forth. We have to destroy these clerics and what they preach. And we have to take those who claim to be our friends, like the Saudis, and put them on the spot and ask them very clearly, do you believe this? If you do not believe that you have the right to kill, or anyone has the right to kill people who are not infidels, or people, if you do believe in the right of killing infidels, let us know. If you don't believe in it, then stand up and say it and prosecute and arrest anybody in your country, including clerics, that preach that. They're not doing that. Nobody's doing that. The only way you can end the war on end this war on terror is to kill off this belief that killing infidels is Islamic and justified.